This is Stephen Guilbeault, the Minister of Canadian Heritage, the man behind Bill C-10. Guilbeault desires to regulate what you see, hear, read and say online in Canada, eventually leading to what you can think if we don't stop it. Guilbeault effectively wants to set up Canada's own version of Orwell's Ministry of Truth through Bill C-10. As one of the most radical members of the Queen's Privy Council, in 2001 at age 31, he scaled the CN Tower as a Greenpeace activist, willing to put his life at risk just to get his radical message across. Make no mistake, he is for radical ideas, he is for radical action, but radicalization of his own kind. In fact, he stylizes himself as a radical pragmatist. In an interview given to the National Post, Guilbeault went on to say, and I quote, "I think in many ways I'm still this guy who climbed the CN Tower. But to me, civil disobedience was never the end goal in and of itself. It was just a tool, and now I'm using different tools." End quote. When your only tool is a hammer of government, every problem looks like a nail. Hence why he wants to hammer this bill through the House. As a convicted criminal, he has no problem stoking the flames of civil disobedience so long as it fits his narrative, his program, and his globalist agenda. Regarding Bill C-10 then, it's multifaceted in its destructive nature against our freedoms. Here we see Trudeau meeting with Australia's Prime Minister. It's understood that Australia is seeking for these online companies to pay a tax for working within their borders. For Canada, it will fund Trudeau's stronghold on the failing legacy media. Trudeau seeks to steal funds from these corporations who, though barely, disseminate free speech over a free and open internet. And Trudeau hopes to pay off the legacy media in Canada to keep them in his pocket and to continue to lob easy, uncritical, non-challenging and non-threatening questions at Trudeau. Trudeau doesn't like being criticized. In fact, he says he likes the CCP form of basic dictatorship. The CCP have what's known as the social credit score. This is something that Trudeau is trying to usher in himself. The social credit score, in effect, is one where the more that you live by the dictates of the government, the more rewards and goodies you'll receive like a Pavlovian dog. But if you seek to criticize the government, criticize Guilbeault, you will be called an extremist and regulated to the internet gulags. And while I'm all for redemption and giving second chances to people who made bad decisions in their lives, I'm not okay when that convicted criminal is an ideologue whose ideology never stopped informing his actions both then and now. We know that Guilbeault is willing to do whatever it takes and go to any lengths to shut down his opposition. Whether it's scaling walls or using the hammer of government to silence his opposition, we know that he will use whatever tool that he can to limit people's freedoms. Don't let Stephen Guilbeault take away your freedoms.